As a young girl, she's rescued by a prince. And then instead of wanting to sort of find and be with this prince, she decides she wants to become a prince because that was such a formative memory for her.
The problem is that a lot of people, when they hear the word reference, they don't think it has any bearing on the story. They just think it's a inconsequential Pixar Easter egg because they're thinking about it in an extremely literal perspective. But what's really going on here is that Rebecca is referencing Utena so that you know the context she's placing her words in. So that when we go back to compare them side by side like this, we're not finding something shallow like her favorite flavor of ice cream. We're corroborating evidence of her authority. Because there are things in Steven Universe that only Rebecca could have known and could have paid attention to. And we see part of what is actually important to her, and also why.
You can have your juice back.
That's okay.
おい、人が買ってきたものを勝手に食べるなよ。
いくら尽くしたって美味しいとこだけ食べられて逃げられちゃうんだから。
But if I don't have powers, then I can't hang out with Amethyst, or Garnet, or Pearl, and I can't go on missions.
You don't need any powers to be here with me.
大人になればわかるわよ。
おい、これ。い
いよ、食べて。
大人がチョコ食うかよ。
The juice box!
関節キスじゃん。
It's not just the dialogue being pulled for the title. The entire episode is written around this moment of poetry between Sawabuki's denial of vulnerability and Steven's acceptance of it.
Okay. But only if you let me try on your glasses.
Only if you give me the rest of your juice.
Okay, but it's mostly backwash.
Good enough.
How do I look?
I have no idea.
Watching Utena through high school was in no way an ignorable or insignificant thing. It's the entire reason that this was ever important to Rebecca and why Steven Universe is the way it is. And when Steven later puts up walls, he only suffers for it, just like Sawabuki suffered when he gave into the Black Rose. You know, from there, it's pretty easy to see that all the Season 1 goofiness and plot twists were actually done on purpose and known about the entire time, because those things are incredibly easy to pull off by comparison. And there's no real reason not to do them. And also, she said it was on purpose. It's kind of annoying that general audiences don't get this, and they've wasted countless interview questions on things we already knew and also aren't interesting to prove because they're obvious.
Did you always have a concrete ending in mind?
I always had a sort of ending theme in mind, an ending in mind.
A refugee of an interstellar war.
How much of it is planned in advance?
A refugee of an interstellar war.
I wanted to ask, did you always have a concrete ending in mind?
I can't help it. What's your excuse?
I always had a sort of ending theme in mind, an ending in mind.
I am a child. What's your excuse? He left his family behind!
All they care about is the fake facts and the fake world and the fake characters who don't live there because they're not alive. And, of course, if anything actually insightful or metaphorical comes up, they stick it to the bottom of the page listed trivia because that's how clueless they are.
Please, tell me! How can I make you forgive me?
You can't!
How did you stop hurting? I didn't.
I've only been at this a year, and I'm already tired of trying to communicate the relevance of emotions to other people. I don't know how Rebecca does it. People think it's boring, or they don't get it. A lot of people just don't want to look at art in this way, because when they see fantasy worlds, they're just so happy to have something in their lives that isn't domestic abuse or political fear. I've been there myself, but they don't understand that the point is to remind you to appreciate the world we already live in, which is already fantastic. I'm just not seeing a satisfying conclusion to this channel. It makes me angry with other people and myself so this channel is going to be a little different from here on out. I am relatively safe in my current apartment and job, and I'm going to take advantage of that while I can. I do hope you enjoyed this little experiment, but it is over now. I wasn't able to solve Steven Universe or anything like that, but I'm glad I tried, and the best I can do is publish my findings, so the remainder of this video will be a bunch of unsorted clips in the spirit of that.
Hybrid son of a diamond, human son of a rose. What a revelation, he's a revolution.
They claim revolution.
Whoosh. Boing, 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 boing.
Sing, 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 sing.
It almost feels like home. Yeah, just had a really weird nightmare.
Good morning. だけど、なんだか懐かしい感じのする人だよな。
Familiar? Why is this so familiar?
ねえ、もし君に何か困ったことがあったら、まず僕に話してよ。何でも助け合おうよ。君とはそういう友達になりたいんだ。
I don't want to be a burden. I want to help. I want to be there for Steven to fight by his side.
なりたいんだ。歌のそば。
I want to fight with you. Together. 何？
夢見よ。歌の様、一緒に。
We need to go, Pearl. We're not gonna make it.
But we're almost there.
星の話をしている時の秋代さんっていつも寂しい目をしているんだよね。何か大事なものをなくした人みたいな。
Pearl! I know you miss space and I know you worked hard, but sometimes you just gotta know when to bail.
But now I'm here, on Earth, forever.
With me.
Right, with you. You know, I think I'd rather be here on Earth.
With me.
Yeah, with you. I'll give him back in 50 years.
50 years?
What? I'll be dead in 50 years!
70 human years! Just in time for Greg's 110th anniversary of being alive.
Pearl! My dad's not healthy enough to live that long.
The light cannon should be ready.
Guys! Did you see that thing in the sky?
It's a ship. We have to assume it's Peridot.
Lapis told us she'd be coming, with advanced weapons and reinforcements.
It's happening.
I wanna see. It's a giant eyeball! Awesome!
Not awesome! Where were you?
Eating fry bits. Give him the bits. The bits.
Give me
the
the...
bits.
Oh,
The bits.
I saw you guys coming.
See you, PD. So, like I was saying, Peridot's been shooting huge robots here from space. And when you smash them, they explode into goo.
Sounds scary.
Bigger in the sky.
You know, I'm not sure. Do you ever feel like this gem stuff is too much for you?
Is that?
Oh no. What is that doing here?
The gem. You have Rose's gem!
I have Mom's shield.
The gems don't want you going back.
I know they're just trying to protect me, but I have to protect them.
Is it gonna be okay?
Maybe when Peridot
If every
gets to
pork
Earth,
chop were
she'll see
perfect.
how nice all the people are. And she won't want to hurt
Nothing's getting
anyone.
huge. Just like your mother.
Can't the van
Yeah?
go any faster?
Yeah.
This is
These other gems aren't like your mother.
Don't worry.
They're not like
Come on,
Garnet,
let's put on your
Amethyst, or
CD.
Pearl. They're not going to start caring about people now.
Come
They
on,
didn't
you've
the first
heard it.
time they...
You come on.
The first time they what?
I mean, it was thousands of years ago. It's not like I was there.
I know I'm not that smart.
then! You just saved most of Beach City!
Oh boy, that thing's giving me the willies.
Do not worry, Steven Universe. Your pearls are about to be better than new. Feel free to watch their progress on the view screen.
You gotta get him out! Abigail, what did we...
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Wait a sec.
Things weren't supposed to turn out this way. I'm sorry for not believing you. It looks like I'm still making excuses for her.
We'll get out of here somehow.
I've been doing...
That's not what I mean.
But she didn't
I really
mean
wanted to catch Peridot to make up for what I did.
Badly hurt.
I wanted to prove to you
badly
that
hurt.
everything.
Please, tell me! How can I make you forgive me?
You can't.
How did you stop hurting? I didn't.
There's only one way out of this.
Only if you're okay with it.
What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? You fuse! How can I make you forgive me?
You can't.
You can't change the way I feel!
That's right! Only you can. Hey, Connie, that message I left you was just a dream. She's too smart for that. Maybe they're all on vacation? No, Steven. Hope you didn't get your phone mixed up with a tennis ball. Ha ha. A tennis ball? Really, Universe? I know you must be wondering why I brought you all here. It's 'cause I'm getting the team back together! Thank you all for coming. Ronaldo, Kiki, Jenny, and Petey, I've called you all here tonight because this war between your parents has to stop!
Got room for 3 more?
Always.
Nice night, isn't it?
Yeah.
Room for 3 more?
Always.
What you playing?
I had an idea.
Did Pearl tell you the pedal thing? Listen, Steven, all that practice stuff is no fun. Wherever I need to summon my weapon, it just happens. What are you worried about that little stuff for? It's not gonna matter in a real fight. In a fight, you never know what's gonna happen. You just gotta go with it. How can you get ready when you don't even know what you're getting ready for, huh? Yeah, you can't be ready. What you gotta be is loose.
お前がうちのバスケ部に入ってくれたら地区予選は楽勝なんだけどな。
あのね、僕は女子。嫌だよ、汗臭い男子にまみれてバスケやんのは。
いいじゃん。男子みたいなもんだろ、天井は。
失礼なこと言うなよな。
じゃあなんで学ランなんて着てるわけ？
王子様だよ。
は？
僕は守られるお姫様よりかっちょいい王子様になりたいの。
なんじゃそりゃ。
It was here that I became familiar with the human concept of being a knight, completely dedicated to a person and a cause. This is what you must become, Connie. Brave, selfless, loyal. A knight.
出るんだ！そこだ！ウテナ様！やっちゃ
ウテナ様は生まれ変わりを信じますか？どうだろうね。
映った。
おお、これなーに？
黙って見てろ。
なんかこれやっぱ照れるよ。言いたいこと？おはよう。今のなし。
光も風も空気も匂いもみんな真新しく感じられていますか？
The sights they see, the sounds they hear, the lives they live.
今日の新しいあなた、新しい私なんだよ。
親から子へと永遠に受け継がれていく心の橋渡し。
そうか、心が子孫へ残されていくっていうのは一つの生まれ変わりとも言えるかな。どうしてそんな話をするの
That every moment you love being yourself. That's me. Loving you and loving being you.
私は必ずあなたを応援している。ではエールを心から。フレーフレーあたし頑張れ頑張れあたし負けるな負けるなあたし
わからない。
フレー
思い出せない。
頑張れ頑張れあた
これは私。
I've always been me.
What are some of the biggest inspirations for the show?
The biggest one.
The biggest one?
Yeah.
Should I really? Maybe I'll say it. Well, when I was a kid, I used to watch Tenchi Universe on Cartoon Network. And the show is early. The title of the show is actually was a temp title. It's like My Brother Steven and Tenchi Universe, Steven Universe. And then we never changed it because we all got really attached to the name, and it became his name. And that was a big influence. Although Steven is not Tenchi, Greg is Tenchi.
How do you do it?
How do I do what?
I mean, what's your secret? How'd you get so talented?
Don't focus so much on talent, Steven. Making art is all about communication. A piece of art is a conversation. Every choice you make is a statement. Don't worry about labels or conforming to a standard. Just be true to yourself, and people will appreciate your honesty.
Whoa.